Students, let's see chemical properties of alcohols and phenols. In that, first one, that is laboratory tests of alcohols and phenols. In that first one, litmus test is there. If we take a litmus paper and in laboratory, if we take the aqueous solution of alcohol, that is alcohol mixed with water, and that solution is called as a aqueous solution of alcohol. If this is the test tube, and in this test tube if we take aqueous alcohol, and if we dip the blue litmus in this alcohol, so blue litmus remains blue and red litmus remains red in alcohol. So this alcohol is neither acidic nor basic, that is, it is neutral in the nature. But in case of phenol, aqueous solution of phenol, if we take aqueous phenol, then if you observe if we dip this blue litmus in the phenol, it changes to red. So blue litmus changes to red, that is, blue litmus changes its color to red, means it shows its acidic nature. So phenols are weakly acidic in nature, and red litmus remains red, means by changing blue color due to the presence of acid or acidic nature of this phenol, the change in color takes place. So in laboratory we can identify the alcohol and phenols with the litmus paper, that is by taking litmus test. So alcohols are neutral in nature, neither acidic nor basic. Blue remains blue and red remains red, that is, they are neutral in nature. Phenols, if we dip this blue litmus paper in the aqueous solution of phenol, it changes its color to red. So change in blue color to red litmus, that is nothing but it shows the acidic nature of the phenol. So these are the litmus tests with alcohol and phenol. So this is the visual test. In laboratory we can identify either it is alcohol or phenol. Next test is there, a reaction with base. In laboratory, if we take alcohol and phenol, so if we take phenols, so phenols are generally weakly acidic in nature, means they give H plus proton donor, but they are not almost completely dissociated. If these phenols are treated with base, like if we take a first example of, suppose we can write this reaction AROH. Phenol means aromatic ring, that is benzene ring attached with the OH group. So this is the phenol, aromatic ring, that is benzene attached with OH, that is nothing but a phenol. So phenol when treated with weak base, that is sodium bicarbonate, that is NaHCO3. This is the weak base, and this phenol is also a weak acid. So weak acids are not react with weak base, so there is no reaction takes place, no any reaction takes place with the weak base. So there is no breaking of this OH bond is not breaks, and it remains intact when this phenol, that is carbolic acid, is treated with weak base, that is sodium bicarbonate, or it is also called as sodium hydrogen carbonate, is a weak base, and the breakdown of OH group is not takes place with this weak base, and there is no reaction takes place. But this phenol when comes in contact with strong base, that is AROH, means if I can write it OH group attached to this benzene ring, that is phenol, when treated with strong base. NaOH is the strong base, sodium hydroxide. So phenol when treated with sodium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide is a strong base, and when this uh, phenol is treated with, this is the weak acid, phenol is weakly acidic in nature. When it comes in contact with strong base, that is the NaOH, the reaction aqueous solution of sodium hydroxide, then the reaction takes place. What happens if you observe this OH group of this phenol, then this phenolic group, that is OH group, breaks heterolytically, and this oxygen is highly electronegative, so it attracts this pair of electron towards itself, and H plus and O minus is formed here, and during the breakdown of this OH, O minus combine with this Na plus, and we get the product, that is this O minus as it is combined with Na plus, and here we get sodium phenoxide with the removal of H2. So this is a aqueous sodium phenoxide is formed, and further when this sodium phenoxide in this aqueous solution of sodium phenoxide, if it is treated with HCl, that is the strong acid, then again we get this Na is replaced by hydrogen, so again we get here phenol, and this phenol gets precipitated out with the removal of this NaCl, that is the reaction is completed here. So when, see the difference, if we take in laboratory, if we take this inner test tube, if we take a phenol and if we add sodium hydroxide, then what happens? In this solution there is a formation of sodium phenoxide is formed. Sodium phenoxide is formed, that is ARO minus Na plus, sodium phenoxide. Here this is AROH, that is phenol. Then further this sodium phenoxide, in this sodium phenoxide if we add strong acid, that is HCl, then phenol is formed, and which is gets precipitated in this solution. So this is AROH is formed, and we can identify presence of phenol due to precipitation of this phenol when it is treated with strong base. First it is treated with strong base, it form its salt, that is sodium phenoxide, and further treated with strong acid, finally it form its precipitate, that is AROH, that is phenol is formed and which is gets precipitated. So we can identify presence of phenol. But when the same reaction takes place with the alcohol, then what happens? See, if this reaction takes place with the alcohol, so alcohol means ROH. When this alcohol is, if it tested with litmus, it is neither acidic nor basic, means its aqueous solution is not acidic, because it not supply, not acidic means what happens? See, the breakdown of this OH group not takes place easily, and it does not form H plus ions easily. so it is not acidic in nature like a phenol. So when it is treated with base like a weak base ROH, that is the alcohol ROH, alcohol plus weak base, that is sodium bicarbonate or sodium hydrogen carbonate, there is no reaction takes place, no any reaction takes place. But again when it is treated with a strong base alcohol, when treated with a strong base like which one, sodium hydroxide, this is a strong base, but again this alcohol is not acidic, and that's why it is not react with strong base also, and there is a no any reaction takes place. So this is about the alcohols and phenols. Means if we take in laboratory, if we take this is the alcohol, so ROH, that is the alcohol, if we add NaHCO3, no reaction takes place, means it remains as it is. If in other test tube, if we take alcohol, that is ROH, and if we add NaOH, then also it is remains as it is, means there is no any change, no any precipitation is formed, and we can identify the presence of ROH, that is the alcohol. So like a phenol, there is no any precipitation is formed, and that's why these are the laboratory tests which are used to identify either the alcohol or phenol, and it is tested by or react with strong base and a weak base. But in case of alcohol, when they are treated with, suppose we take an example of alcohol, general formula of alcohol, that is ROH, when they are treated with highly reactive metals like sodium or potassium. So sodium, that is here breakdown of this OH bond is takes place. The bond breaks from here heterolytically, and here there is a RO minus is formed plus H plus, and this sodium Na plus gets substituted to this alkoxide group, RO group, that is alkoxide group, and there is a formation of RONA, that is sodium alkoxide. So RONA, how this reaction takes place, we'll see the mechanism in the next lecture or afterwards. So here RONA plus hydrogen, to balance this reaction we can take 2 molecules of alcohol, when treated with 2 molecules of sodium we get 2 molecules of sodium alkoxide with the liberation of hydrogen gas. So next reaction is there when alcohols are treated with highly reactive metal, that is the potassium. So to balance this reaction we can take 2 molecules of alcohol with 2 molecules of potassium, so highly reactive metals, and that's why here we get RO, that is alkoxide group, and hydrogen is replaced by K with the liberation of this hydrogen gas. So these tests are used for the detection of alcohols. Now one more next test is there, third test is there for the detection of alcohols and phenols in the laboratory, that is the characteristic reaction or test for phenol. Characteristic test for phenol. Phenol is identified by using this test. So this is the laboratory test which is used for the detection of phenol. So what is this test? When these phenols, that is General formula is AROH. When treated with aqueous neutral ferric chloride FeCl3, and its name is very important, that is the ferric chloride test. This test is very important and many times the question is asked on this test. So phenol AROH, that is phenols when treated with aqueous neutral ferric chloride, then what happens? See, this here, this ARO group is combined with this iron, that is ferric iron, and we get, so valency of iron is 3, so we require here 3 molecules of phenol and combine with each other with the iron, that is Fe, so ARO phenoxide ions 3 combined with 1 Fe, so this is the ferric phenoxide. This complex is formed and the name of this is ferric phenoxide. This is the complex, colored complex is formed, and which form, either this is the violet color is formed, violet or purple color is there, or sometimes green color is also there. So green color complex, violet color or purple color, it depends on the either presence of monohydric, dihydric or trihydric phenol. If monohydric phenols are there, then violet color is a complex is formed of this FeArO3 with the removal of byproduct. So these 3 hydrogens are combined, these 3 hydrogens are combined with 3Cl, so we get thrice HCl. So this is the byproduct, that is thrice HCl. So this test, if we take, suppose this is the test tube, and in this test tube we take a phenol AROH, and if we add aqueous neutral FeCl3 ferric chloride, then here we get the colored solution, either a purple, violet or a green colored solution is formed, and we can identify presence of the phenol. If we take this same test with the alcohol, that is ROH, that is alcohol when treated with FeCl3, that is ferric chloride, no any coloration or no any reaction takes place due to the absence of this phenol. So we can identify the absence of phenol, that is if we take here alcohol ROH in this test tube, and if we add aqueous neutral ferric chloride, then this solution remains colorless, no any color complex is formed, and we can identify presence of alcohol. And phenol only give this color test with this neutral FeCl3 test, that is ferric chloride test. There is a formation of ferric phenoxide. Due to formation of this complex ferric phenoxide, we get a colored solution, that is a violet, purple or green colored solution is there, and due to formation of this colored complex we can identify presence of phenol. So this is also most important color test for the detection of phenol in the laboratory. One more test is there for the detection of alcohol and phenol, or for the distinguishing test for the alcohols, that is in laboratory we can use the Lucas reagent test, which is used as a distinguishing test for alcohols. So there are 3 types of alcohols: primary alcohols, secondary alcohols and tertiary alcohols. So these 3 alcohols are distinguished from each other by using the test, and that test is called as a Lucas reagent test. The Lucas reagent is used to identify either the alcohol is primary, secondary or a tertiary. So what is this Lucas reagent? Lucas reagent means it is the mixture of concentrated HCl plus ZnCl2 zinc chloride, and this mixture is called as a Lucas reagent. Now what is this laboratory test? So we can see here only in laboratory identification of primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. So if we take these three test tubes, and in these three test tubes there is a three types of alcohol. Suppose here primary alcohol is there, here secondary alcohol, and here tertiary alcohol is there. This is primary alcohol, secondary and tertiary alcohol. And in these three test tube, if we can add a Lucas reagent, so what happen? After adding Lucas reagent in these test tubes, we can observe the immediately there is a precipitation is formed, PPT is formed, and we can here PPT turbidity is observed, and we can identify this is the tertiary alcohol. In secondary alcohol, the precipitation is formed very slowly. So after some time we can observe the turbidity or precipitate. But in case of this primary alcohol, there is no any turbidity or turbidity observed on heating. Only on heating, if this test tube is heated by using burner, then only we can observe the turbidity. So turbidity, that is precipitate, is formed, and we can identify this is the primary alcohol. So this Lucas reagent test is used to distinguish the primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol in laboratory. So what happens, see once again, if we take three types of alcohols solution, aqueous solution of primary alcohol, secondary alcohol and tertiary alcohol, and if we add Lucas reagent in these three test tubes, so what happens, these tertiary alcohols are highly reactive, and immediately they react with this mixture of concentrated HCl and zinc chloride, that is Lucas reagent, and immediately or instantly there is a formation of turbidity. We can identify this is the tertiary alcohol. In secondary alcohol solution, this turbidity is observed but slowly. So after a few time, after a long time, we can observe the turbidity. Means there is a slow reaction takes place with the Lucas reagent, and we can identify presence of secondary alcohol. But in case of this primary alcohol, there is no any turbidity, and after heating the turbidity is observed. So only on heating the turbidity observed in case of this primary alcohol. So this test is used to distinguish between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols in laboratory, and this is the most important test which is used to distinguish the primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols in the laboratory. Okay, so here we complete first type of test, that is laboratory test. In that four types of tests are there. So first test is there, you can revise within few minutes. See here, this is the first test, that is the litmus test, laboratory test for the alcohols and phenols. Litmus test, in the aqueous solution of alcohol, red litmus remains red, blue litmus remains blue. Means alcohols are neither basic or not acidic, means they are neutral in nature. But in case of phenol, aqueous solution of phenol, this blue litmus changes its color to red, and red litmus remains red. Means these phenols are weakly acidic in nature. So by using litmus paper, we can identify either it is alcohol or phenol. Okay, next one, reaction with base. Second test is the reaction with base. These phenols are weakly acidic, and when they are treated with weak base, there is no any reaction. So weak acid plus weak base, no any reaction. But when this phenol is treated with a strong base, then we get its salt, that is sodium phenoxide, with the water, and this sodium phenoxide further treated with strong acid, then we can get again precipitate of this phenol in the solution with the removal of NaCl. So we can identify presence of phenol. But this test is not takes place with the alcohol. Alcohols are not acidic in nature, and they are neither treated with sodium bicarbonate or nor with the NaOH. So with a strong base as well as weak base, there is no any reaction with the alcohol. But when the alcohols are treated with strong metals, highly reactive metals like sodium or potassium, they form their corresponding salts, that is sodium RO minus Na plus or RO minus K plus. There are salts, that is sodium alkoxide and the potassium alkoxide, with the liberation of this hydrogen gas. And here it shows, this alcohol shows the acidic nature of the alcohol. So due to this donate proton, that is H plus ion is donate, and that's why it shows the acidic character. And this is shown by only alcohols, not by the phenol. One more third test is there for the detection of phenol. So when phenols are treated with aqueous neutral ferric chloride, then there is a complex is formed, that is ferric phenoxide. What is the formula of ferric phenoxide? 3 molecules of ARO are substituted to this Fe, and this is the colored complex. Either it form violet, purple or green color, depends on the monohydric, dihydric or trihydric phenols with the removal of thrice HCl. So due to formation of this colored complex, after treating with FeCl3, we can identify presence of phenol. But this test is not given by this alcohol. So alcohols, when treated with FeCl3, this alcohol remains colorless, means we can identify here presence of alcohol. And the last reaction in the laboratory, which is used for the distinguishing test for the alcohols, primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols are distinguished from each other by using Lucas reagent. So what is the Lucas reagent, we'll see in detail in the next chemical reaction, but here only in laboratory how can we identify? See here, if we take 3 different aqueous solutions of primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol, when they are treated with Lucas reagent, in tertiary alcohol there immediately precipitation is formed. We can identify the presence of tertiary alcohol. In secondary alcohol, the slowly precipitation is formed, and in primary alcohol there is no any precipitation, or the turbidity is observed only on heating. So this is the primary alcohol. So here complete the part of the reaction which are used in the laboratory for the detection of alcohols and phenols.